Okay, folks, man. Oh, Dank Ferrick. This was an episode, man. Fucking Boba Fett. All right, folks. Welcome back to the SF Comic Company. This is our weekly Mandalorian after show, and just to remind you, folks, full spoilers. Full spoilers. We're gonna deep dive into all this stuff, all of the ins and outs of this episode. If you're this the first time watching, we do this every week after the show. We do kind of a recap, breakdown, some predictions of what's going to happen. We want what we want to see, and just shoot the shit about Star Wars. Our love of Star Wars. Joining me as always, Nip. How you doing?
Good to go, ready to go. Big episode last night. Watched it
Oh,
right at 12 o'clock.
yeah.
I see we got the Boba Fett little theme going on here. It's nice.
You got a little
Dope.
Bubba,
Little
little
Boba.
Boba. A little Boba Green right there.
That's what's up.
So yeah, this Boba Fett. That's the big thing of this. We'll definitely get into that. Right off the bat, the title of the episode, the tragedy, just the title of the episode right there just gives you like, oh damn, this is something's gonna go down. We start off. The cold open is Mando and the baby. He's kind of training the baby. He's all giddy when he says his name. He keeps on he uses his name Grogu. Grogu's his name. It's a lot of controversy. Some people were upset about it. It's kind of grown on me. I watched the episode from last week again. I was like, I'm kind of digging the name. How you feel about the name so far?
I still don't like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's like, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
weird. Grogu.
uh,
I just
yeah.
should have put Yobu. I told you.
Yo,
I say, I say, fuck you, Yobu.
yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you could go through the list of weird Star Wars names. So I don't think Grogu's that bad when you look at it.
I just
So
thought
what
they
you
would
think?
say it with a wise. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you have Yaddle, you have Yoda, yeah. The forgotten Yaddle. You get no love, man. Don't even get a mention last week. Jeez. So what do you think of this like cold open? Yeah, you got Mando kind of playing with, kind of training, semi-training the child, and kind of having fun back and forth. It just kind of shows you more of their bond. They're like bonding more. They're more father and son than ever right now. So what
Yeah,
do you think of that whole cold open?
yeah, that was funny. It carried off of the last episode, and the little running gag with the ball thing, and
Yeah,
it was good. It was funny.
yeah.
It was funny as Grogu. I just say Grogu, like, just kind of
He's,
mocking the audience, like, yeah, Grogu. Hey,
Grogu.
Grogu,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
being
I
an
just love.
asshole about it. Grogu,
I just love how he's like enjoying like now he knows his name and like Grogu
kind
like
of
gets
fucking with him, like
gets
Grogu.
like just go. Yeah, he's little Grogu's little mannerisms in this are pretty good, man. So yeah, we get Grogu and Mando kind of bonding. So they arrive at Tython that was mentioned last episode by Ahsoka that you need to go there and place him on a rock, and a Jedi will sense him and come get him, I guess. Uh, they find the rock. They go to the rock. Actually, the scene when they're flying, like, all right, we can't land right there, so we're gonna have to. You think they're gonna land somewhere and they have to walk and like do a whole
Yeah, yeah,
thing. Like right off the bat, you just see boom,
that
just
was dope.
flying. They're just flying with baby. I love that shot. That's an
That
awesome
was ill.
visual right there. Just him flying with Baby Yoda. It just looked badass. I thought that was a sweet little moment. So yeah, that was cool. And then they get to the rock, and it's a very this was the world where the Jedi first where they were called the Jedi or some shit like they were
It was like
the
Knights of the
before.
Old Republic type shit. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was before they split off, and this is where they kind of split off and kind of became the two sides of the force, the dark and light side. So this is kind of I think this is the planet where all that kind of went down. So we get that him put on the rock. So what do you think of this setup? Him put him on the rock and then get the crazy force shield go up.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I liked it. The scenery is nice. The way they set up the planet is nice.
Yeah,
The little whatever shrine or whatever that was dope.
yeah,
Looks a little more primitive than even more primitive than the stuff we've seen before.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like some Stonehenge type shit or something.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely the vibe, and so he puts Yoda in, and Yoda starts. He gets he's got like a force bubble. It looks like he's meditating. He's got his little Yoda yoga pose, Yoda yoga pose on going
Yeah,
on, and so he's looks like he's trying to communicate with some force users out there, and so that's going on, and then. This part gave me chills, man. When this happened, yeah, you get a little quiet moment, and you just hear something off in the background, and then boom,
yeah,
Slave One shows up, and I got chills, man. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, yeah. Got like
yeah.
we kind of speculated you'd
We
see Boba
actually
Fett.
we said it. We said what happened to the ship, right? We had said something about that in one of the
Yeah, had
episodes.
had to be still on Tatooine.
Yeah.
It didn't go anywhere. So what'd you think seeing Boba Fett's ship Slave One show up?
Yeah, that was dope. Immediately, I was like, everybody knows it's Boba. I mean, well, most of us,
Yeah, well, they knew they kind of kept it kind of maybe not, maybe not. Or, like they didn't like flat out say this is Boba Fett, but we all kind of assumed it was. So yeah, the
But
Slave
once you
One
see that,
shows.
you get the confirmation, and yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah, it's like
dope. Immediately, I'm like, oh, this is sick. You
yeah,
knew. You knew he was gonna be like we talked about that too. He was gonna be like the reluctant kind of hero type.
yeah.
Um, it wasn't gonna be like a he wasn't gonna be an enemy. We didn't feel he was
Yeah,
gonna be an enemy.
and he was never really a bad guy. He was a merc. He was a hired gun. He was and he had a pretty fucked up childhood. He was raised as a clone. He was raised. His
His
father
dad got
got
his head
killed by a
chopped
Jedi.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and the episodes with in Clone Wars were pretty good with him. I think all the stuff like outside of the movies, like Boba Fett's a good character. I like Boba Fett and all, but I think he's kind of overrated in a lot of respects because people just like put him on this high, like oh he's the baddest motherfucker. Because we haven't really seen that. We saw it
Yeah.
like a little bit
It's
in.
all
We didn't see that.
speculation or
Yeah, we didn't see that in the movies. We didn't see that. We saw that in like some of the Clone Wars stuff. We saw him as a kid, kind of being a badass. And also, no, actually, Rebels, where we saw him be a badass. Yeah, Rebels, sorry. Yeah, kind of him being a badass as a young kid, but we didn't really see Boba Fett like in his prime being a badass.
yeah.
So, what'd you think of Boba Fett showing up, man? Now we got confirmation that's Boba Fett.
Yeah, no, that was dope. I like that a lot. And then Fennec Fox came out of nowhere too. That was I didn't see that one coming.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they kind of set that up last episode. The episode she was in, where with the Hey Mando episode, where she was like all left for dead, and you saw the figure with the robe.
Yeah, I just kind of forgot about her. I thought she was
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, and they kind of said, yeah, I gotta stop watching the recaps because they kind of like spoiled that in the recaps because they kind of tell you, they kind of show what you're gonna see in the next episode. So I gotta skip those because they spoil too much right away. We get man, so we get they show up. Slave One shows up. Boba Fett gets there, and he wants his armor. And Mando right away thinks talking about his armor is like you got to pull it off my demo. He's like, no, I want my armor, the armor given to my father, Jango Fett. And so they kind of explain who Jango. This is like kind of a good explaining who Jango Fett is, because for a long time Jango Fett was. They try to say, oh, Jango Fett wasn't a Mandalorian. He stole the armor. So now we get confirmation he
Yeah,
was a
yeah, I
farmer.
definitely was confused about that. And this
Yeah,
is the confirmation I needed.
yeah.
Because I even when I'm watching this episode, I was like, damn, I thought Jango Fett was a Mandalorian.
Yeah, and then I
Um,
remember them saying he wasn't a Mandalorian, and then now it's like, okay, no, he is. He was a foundling just like Mando, and he was given the armor. So okay, so that makes more sense. I always thought that all right, the most famous like armor wearing Mandalorian that people know about is not a Mandalorian. So that always kind of bugged me. So now now it confirmed, yeah, he is a Mandalorian. He was a foundling. He was given the armor, so he's legit.
and we still got to find out who's giving these out. Is it Death Watch or the Watch? If they're the same entity or what the fuck? I guess they're just the offshoot of the Death Watch. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I thought that was a cool explanation of who they are, and once that happens, they get they get a little back and forth. They kind of explain who she is, Fennec is, and all that. So of course, and then Din Djarin puts on his jetpack, which is going to come in that like, well, don't leave your jetpack anywhere. Like, uh, all right, so the deal is offered. He offers to give back the green Beskar armor to Boba if this for the safety of the child. That's when the Empire shows up in I think those are the Force Awakens ships, right? Like the same ships that the
Looked very similar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
they
they it
were.
looks like the in the beginning of the Force Awakens when the stormtroopers show up on that planet. I think those are the same transports. The so they vow to help. Sorry, I'm sorry. This episode got me fucking
Overload,
all
overload.
overload, man. So they offered to help Mando, and then stormtroopers show up, and then this was directed by Robert Rodriguez. This is where you can tell this was directed by Robert Rodriguez. This was action like nonstop. This was a gun battle. There was a shot where she jumps off. She jumps off
Yeah,
and shooting backwards. That's straight up
that
out of
was.
Desperado and like El Mariachi. That's a straight up Robert Rodriguez shot. So I really
Yeah,
dug that.
these fight scenes were dope.
Yeah,
Going up and down the hill, seeing the laser shots going up and down the hill. They panned out the camera. You get good angles of it. Beautifully shot.
yeah,
A different kind of. We've never seen this kind of like in the Star Wars universe yet.
yeah,
This kind of battle was definitely shot differently, and
yeah,
it was nice. It was
yeah.
good. It was battles the whole way through, pretty much.
Yeah.
It
Very,
was a
very,
very action packed episode.
yeah, very kinetic, very kinetic action, very like yeah. And this was yeah, this felt this one. I think this one was shot outside. This one felt like this was shot in the real world. This didn't feel like the volume thing they usually shoot on. This I think this was actually shot outside because you kind of you get a little different vibe from that. You get the sun and kind of the environment and stuff. So I think this was actually shot probably somewhere like L.A. like some in some like
Yeah, Joshua
wood-
Tree or some shit like that.
yeah, so this definitely feels like one of the ones that were shot outside. So yeah, the great action scene, man. That was amazing. It was great seeing stormtroopers just get. Also, what do you think of Boba Fett just being? This is like the most badass Boba Fett's ever been in any incarnation of Boba Fett on
It
or at
was
least on
tight. It
screen.
was tight, but I didn't. I know it's for the screen and everything. I don't understand. Him using that weird ass stick. Like that was kind of like weird.
It's a fucking a Tusken Raider weapon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a what the hell is it called? A Tusken Raider spear. I forgot the name of it.
I mean, I
But
guess it
yeah,
was kind of good, but it was just kind of like
gaffy. Sorry, gaffy stick. It's called a gaffy stick.
it lets him be badass, but it was just like you never really seen him like that. I just thought he'd be like shooting guns from the beginning, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it's a different little element to him.
Yeah, he's more. Yeah, he's more of a fighter. Yeah,
And it was good seeing the cracking of the plastic or whatever the
yeah,
hard whatever
that was nice. Yeah,
that was dope. I did like that.
yeah,
Seeing
that
that
was
crack and you just see that on screen, it was pretty sick.
yeah, that was a brutal like hardcore fight scene. That was great. I like that a lot. Uh, let's see. All right, so you find out Fennec also she has I guess like a life debt with Boba because he saved her life and was she shot in the gut because she opened up her gut and you saw like the
I'm
mechanic.
guessing, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember that, but
Convenient timing now that Agents of Shield is over. She's back.
yeah, she hasn't aged, right? She hasn't
She
aged in
doesn't
like fucking
age.
30 years. Like she was like from like Mulan and like she was like the voice of Mulan back in the day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
doesn't
like she
age.
has not aged. Like she still looks like the same.
She ages like a Yoda species.
Yeah. Species age differently. Yes. And I like how the fact that the stormtroopers keep coming, and so Boba says, "All right, fuck this." He goes and gets his armor. He armors up, and you see Boba Fett just with the armor, just blasting fools, taking all these stormtroopers out. Man, what'd you think about all that, man? Boba Fett coming out
Well
swinging.
done, well done. Too many times you see stuff like lead ups and then they don't like they underwhelm or whatever, but they
Yeah,
let this guy get off. They let him like go full on blasting everybody, in character too. They didn't do too much where like, oh, it's unbelievable. It's like this is his character. Like this is what we should have been seeing this whole time.
yeah,
Um, and it was good to finally see him just go badass Mandalorian,
yeah.
shooting the shit out of everybody, just spraying up everybody. It was dope. It was one of those great moments.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, like people love Boba Fett, and this is like this. All right, this is Boba Fett. You can like get behind. This is like the badass, like the prophecies of Boba Fett. Like oh, he's such a badass character. We get to see him be a badass. He
Yeah.
motherfucker had like knee lasers and shit. It was pretty cool. Like
They didn't like they just went straight to it. They didn't like hold everything up and like try to over like put it in the right perspective. They went to it. That's what I love about the show. They have great placement of stuff. They're on point with everything.
yeah, and then yeah, he takes out the two ships trying to escape,
That was
and
sick
then
too. That was sick
yeah,
too.
he just timed it. He's like, I was aiming for the other one. Like yeah, I'm great. I'm glad they got Tamira Morrison back, man. It's great to see him acting and doing this role again, doing this role justice. And oh man, the biggest like I like this was like after midnight, and I saw this. I shouted no. Like I actually like the Razor Crest. I actually dig that design. I dig that ship. I like the look of it, and it gets blasted. It gets blown
I
up by
wasn't
the
tripping
ship.
on that. Fuck the Razor
A
Crest.
lot of people are okay with it. I was pissed. I was like, no, I love that ship. So yeah, what do you think of the Razor Crest getting destroyed?
I mean, we had talked about that too, right? I think we had mentioned that he was gonna have to switch ships eventually, or something.
Yeah,
We
yeah, I think
that was the conversation that he was gonna try to get Boba's ship at some point or
yeah, he
something like that.
might maybe. I don't think they're gonna kill Boba, but maybe he gives him his ship and he goes off on another adventure, or they
Yeah,
find
you can see
another
something
ship.
like that. Like, you need
Yeah,
this more than I do, or some shit like that.
yeah, or he just rides with him like he's part of his crew. Like are you? Would you rather see? Would you want to see them as a crew together, or like just Boba and the kid by themselves?
Let's see
Or
it as a crew for at least for until carried into like maybe a couple episodes next season, and then
yeah, and then they
have them
go
go
off on their
separate
own.
ways. I don't think it
Yeah,
needs to be a mainstay, but
yeah,
that they don't seem to have mainstays other than Baby Yoda. It's like they'll leave them and then they'll come back to him later, like with Gina
yeah.
Carano and all them. Uh, what's his name? Grief
Grief,
Karga.
yeah, yeah. But I did like the look of Boba though, man, with the armor and like the little robe and everything. He looked pretty sick.
So
Like
what? Their pants don't have any armor though, right? That's what I was gonna get at too. So they're very vulnerable in the legs, no?
oh, he's got some padding. Like what's his name?
Yeah, padding, but you can still get shot. Like they don't have a
Yeah,
Beskar.
if you have well, they're fighting stormtroopers and they can't fucking hit the side of a barn, man. So
But
I think
it looks like Din has some Beskar on his
yeah.
thighs, and so what? Man, did Boba ever have that or no?
I think he had armor. Yeah, he had armor on his. He had like pad armor on his legs too. Yeah,
So Cobb Vanth just fucked that off and like lost it or something.
yeah. I guess, or it got swallowed. So you think we're gonna
Oh yeah,
see?
that's.
You think we're gonna see the kind of how he escaped, or are they gonna save that for something else?
I don't think we need to. You kind of don't need it. It's already been covered in the legend stuff, and people, hardcore fans already like have their opinion of how it happened or whatever. So I honestly I don't think you need to. They probably will, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I mean, I think the fans already kind of know what's up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can see it being explained like in a comic or a book or like yeah, but I don't know if we need to see it on. I think the mystery how he escaped can be like something they carry on for a little while. Just that he's back, and you can like I guess you could kind of write your own head canon, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll show it at some point. Probably not here, but they're going to show it. They're going to explain it at some point because I think you have to explain it at some point how he got out because
yeah,
him being swallowed by Sarlacc is just
it's it's crazy all the legend stuff that they're bringing into Mando and like letting Mando be like introducing all this stuff. Boba Fett's alive. What's the other one? Thrawn's in there now. So it's like
yeah,
they're bringing some shit in here, and I think they have that gives a lot of source material, the legends, so they could bring in some
yeah,
Cuddy people in there,
yeah.
and you're already seeing it right now. So I'm eager to see what else they'll implement into the arsenal from the legends.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, it's great. It's so good. So we get Moff Gideon sends out the dark troopers that we saw last episode, kind of or two episodes, kind of teased, and they swoop the baby. And just a sad scene. You see the baby looking down, like Amando's looking up with his visor, and he sees the baby like staring at him while he's being pulled away. Boba Fett's in his ship, and he kind of follows them. He's about to blast the the dark troopers. They tell him no, they want to hurt the child, and so he kind of like goes up, and sees the Imperial starship, and he's like, "Oh shit, uh, the Empire's back," and he's like, and I guess he has some beef with the Empire now too. And he also made a comment about this isn't a spice dream. This is like real, like one theory I read was that the reason that he was all like he got defeated so easily in Return of the Jedi. He was all hopped up in spice. He was like chilling with Jabba the Hutt palace, and he was just like doing drugs and all fucked up and shit.
Okay, that's dope.
That's why he kind of like he was just like living that lifestyle, like that party, like, oh, I'm the Merc, I'm making bread, I got this, and then he was just on drugs. So they pointed out that comic, oh, this is not a spice stream. So basically, spice is the drugs of the Star Wars universe. So
Okay.
so I think that's an interesting line right there. Like this is when, so maybe he was like he's in recovery. He like got over that shit. That's why he has a different outlook on life, and he seems more honorable now. He's not the Merc he was before.
Okay.
So they steal the baby. They're on the ship. They get away, and so
I didn't like the Dark Troopers really. I thought they kind of looked cheesy. I thought they kind of looked weird
they look
and
they look
out of
like the
place.
droids from
Yeah,
Clone
some
Wars.
Star Wars type shit or something though. I don't know. It just
Yeah,
I
they
mean
seem kind of
Transformers.
generic.
Yeah, Transformers. Like they looked
Yeah.
whack. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
kind of
whatever.
generic. Yeah, they're gonna
But
get destroyed.
they needed a plot device to get them up there. So I mean, it
Yeah,
works. It wasn't
yeah,
a terrible complaint. It's the only complaint I have about the episode. It's a minor one. So
yeah. And so pretty much Mando's like, all right, well, I guess our deal's done. You can have the armor, and then Boba actually says, no, our deal is not done. Our deal was for us to protect the child and have secure the safety of the child. So we're pretty much going to ride with you until the child's back in safety. So basically, they got a squad. He has, he's got the slave one to help him out. And so he's going to need some more help, though. This is like going up against a galactic, a star cruiser. They're going to need help. So he goes.
that's why I say Ahsoka's coming back for that.
Maybe, yeah, and just get the whole like all the people he met during the show. He's going to need them all to like help him out because he's done a lot of favors for people over the last like 2 seasons. He's done like so
nothing
many
but favors. Fuck.
Yeah, nothing but favors, and I think a few people owe him a little some more help. So I think he's going to put the call out to all the people that kind of helped him out in the first 2 seasons. Like, all right, I need to get the troops together, and we're going to do this. So he goes to Cara Dune, and it confirms what you said about the badge. Yeah, good call on that one.
We're on point this episode.
A good call on that one. And so he's like, yeah, I need help. She's like, well, I'm part of the New Republic now. I can't really do that. As soon as she mentions they got the child, she's like, son of a bitch, I'm
Fuck
in.
This shit. Let's go.
I thought that was a great scene, great setup with her. And they look up. He needs Bill Burr's character
Yeah,
from.
that was dope.
So I'm super juiced by that. So they got to go break out. So I guess the next episode is going to be partly breaking out Bill Burr's character because he has some info about finding Moff Gideon's ship. So what'd you think of that setup?
Yeah, I like that. I kind of forgot about that character. I didn't think we'd be seeing him again. I thought he was kind of one off.
Miggs Mayfield.
We know Miggs. Yeah, no, that's cold.
Yeah,
I didn't think we'd see him. I thought he was just a one-time appearance and he was gonna be done, and they kind of wrapped up his story. But yeah, another example of great writing, and they're bringing doing some callbacks, bringing some characters back that you didn't think you were gonna see again. Like I didn't think we were gonna see that fish guy. We seen him last episode.
I didn't expect that at all.
So, it's great.
Yeah, I think Bill Burr. Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters from that whole little squad of things.
That episode was dope. I love that.
Yeah, it was an underrated episode, man. I like that episode a lot. So I'm glad they're bringing him back. So yeah, he's pretty much like putting together his like little dirty dozen like ragtag Avengers like kind of squad. So I think that's pretty good. I think we should do our starting five Mando Mando team. Maybe we'll do that at the end. So we're going towards the end. So we see we're back on the ship, Moff Gideon's ship. He does a weird like dramatic turn. I thought it was a little kind of silly. The turn he did, it was a little too like dramatic, a little too sassy. But he turns around, he walks in, and you see Grogu just fucking up stormtroopers, man. I thought this was hilarious, man. He's just tossing them stormtroopers. He's just like giving them the business. I thought that was hilarious. What'd you think of that scene?
That was cool. That was hilarious, dude. He's just fucking choking them out and throwing them and shit like left and right. And then Gideon comes in and he's like, talking like whatever the fuck.
Oh, you tie? Oh, you tie now? You
sleepy?
You sleepy?
You go night-night?
Ready to go night-night?
So like there was one I was reading some theory that he knows Grogu from the past. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's possible or not though.
Maybe he was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe, and well,
Because he
some,
said he was very special to him or something. That's what they were saying. He's
yeah,
like, you have no idea how special he is to me or something like. I don't know if it's just because of the cloning or if
mm,
there's some other tie.
maybe he's the one that uh, took him from the temple or from the Jedi temple. Maybe he's the one that helped him escape. Maybe he's a turncoat from the maybe
Could be.
from the old ways, and he swooped on him, and he's the one that kind of like brought him out, and he's the one that kidnapped him from the temple before Anakin took them all out.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think there might be something there. I'm not sure on that. I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of It's not, it's kind of vague what their connection is, but like I say, there's something to it for sure. So they shackle him up. The saddest, so sad. You see Grogu shacked up, like passed out. Like, damn, a very appropriate name for an episode. This is a tragedy for sure. Yeah, this is like leading. Man, I don't. Yeah, we got two more episodes left. Um, so what do you think's gonna happen, man? What do you think's gonna happen these next two episodes?
I don't know. I was way off on this one. I thought this was going to be like they were going to give us a filler episode, and they
Yeah,
came with
that's
the
what.
hard
Yeah, we were
shit.
talking about last week. Yeah, it's probably
The
gonna be like
last few
a
have
side
been
adventure. Yeah,
the last few of. I guess we're not going to get a filler episode. Maybe the
yeah.
next episode. I don't think so though. The
Well,
way
yeah,
they're going, they're just fast paced.
it's tight, man. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, the next two probably gonna feel like the last two of last season felt like a one like crazy like movie. So I think this is gonna be more of the same, man. Like you'll probably start off with the prison break, get Bill Burr's character, maybe he'll snag a couple more of the his friends from the last season. So I don't know. So yeah,
Did they post the length of the last two episodes yet, or do they do that like weekly?
no, they do. They never say how long they're going to be. They never give you the title. They never give you the length too. So you kind of just have
Smart.
to. Yeah, this was kind of a short episode too. This is like a short on the shorter side.
30
Which
is 32, 33. What was
yeah,
it?
this was probably the shortest of the season. I think probably.
But it
But
felt like it
it
felt
felt like
like
they
yeah,
crammed
'cause
so much
they
shit in there.
it was all good. It was paced out perfectly. And they had a lot of shit. It felt longer than that, honestly.
Yeah, I did. Um, yeah, no, this was yeah. Who's yeah. I think they're gonna. You think we're gonna have a resolution to Gideon and Baby Yoda at the end? Or you think we're gonna get some kind of? Are we gonna like this? Gonna go into the third season? Or are we gonna get Gideon? But they're gonna have Mando and Gideon fight with that staff and the dark saber. That's gonna happen for sure. I think this season.
Or Bo-Katan come back and fight him. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's more likely because they brought her in and they've already said that she wants that shit. So I think she'll come in at some point, maybe help them out of nowhere. You know the way she did on her episode, just coming out of nowhere when they're at their darkest time and get sick. Probably take on
yeah,
Gideon. I think we'll see that. I think we'll see that in the finale. I think that's one of the battles we'll see.
yeah.
Um, probably we'll get another Mando versus the Dark Troopers and see what they can do fight wise because all they did was fly up and fly down. So we'll probably see what they can do like in battle. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah. I think so. I think we're gonna see Mando fight Gideon, and while that's happening,
And
you're gonna
Boba
see
too.
the
Boba
other
will
guys.
probably be there too fighting.
Yeah, and we're gonna see maybe even see like a Ahsoka and Mando fight Gideon, and then like the other guys are going to like rescue the baby. So we might have that Star Wars trope of like different battles going on,
Oh, we
like
might
they're
get a
trying to
Thrawn
rescue the
in here. Do
baby.
you think we'll get a Thrawn or that's next
I
season?
I don't know if they're gonna save that for Ahsoka's show, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a spin off of
Could
Ahsoka.
be. Could be.
Yeah, but if it's yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would love to see the last shot of like Gideon failed, and he's like, "I failed my master," and it's a fucking it's Thrawn. Thrawn's like setting up the first order and shit. He's like the start of it. So yeah, it would be cool like to see Thrawn like live action. I don't know if they I don't know if they have any rumors of casting. That would be a pretty big surprise. If they have Thrawn show up at the end and just like, all right, well, this is the Star Wars villain for this 30-year period between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi.
So
So
real quick, we don't know if the Ahsoka scene where we see Ahsoka, if that was before or after the end of the Rebel scene. Is that correct? I've been hearing like
yeah, that's what people are
different
saying.
things.
Like, but Rebels took place like right after Return, right? Like the ending that was like right when the Battle of Endor.
They're saying that the last scene in Rebels, there's debates on where it took place. So I don't know if that was
Yeah, I heard that
before
too.
this,
That's yeah. They didn't. Yeah, I
because
don't.
they
I
never
always
really
assume.
say they didn't really say like, oh, it's this many years of before or after. So I don't. It's kind of confusing on that.
I think it happened like right after Return. I think it's when Rebels ended, which was like right at that last little scene was like at the end of Return, right?
Because they're
Like,
saying Ahsoka looks older in that than she did when she was appearing on here.
that could just be animation and like live action. Yeah. I don't know about that. I think that's a kind of that would not. I don't think that would make sense for that to be like after the fact. So she would fight. She would
Given the way it's been written for this show, yeah, it wouldn't make sense. But
yeah. Yeah, I
I
heard
don't
that
know.
theory too. I don't know about that
It's
one.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I think I don't know. Yeah, I think that could be. But yeah, well, at the end of Rebels, she Thrawn and Ezra get thrown to the whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, that takes place. Yeah, that takes place way before that. So I don't know. That can
So
make
how long ago was that? How long ago was that scene? Do you think?
the Ezra and
Yeah,
Thrawn.
when they get tossed off in space or where they go off into space from
I thought that was like
where we're at right now. How long
I thought that
before?
was in the beginning. That was like before the New Hope, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to take place before New Hope because Thrawn wasn't around for the
So how many
war,
years would that be?
Civil War. I think it was what two. I think it was like 2 year, 1 year between A New Hope and Empire, and like another year between Empire and Return. I think some shit like that.
So looking at like 10 years. Is that
I
about it?
think
Somewhere
probably like
around there.
five, 4 or 5 years after that. Well, you're talking about
So
the
10
New
years
Hope to
total
Return.
from that. No, from the
Oh
rebels,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
from
From the end of
when
Rebels,
Ezra and
Thrawn.
Thrawn going to space to now to
Yeah, I think
where we're
probably
at
like
in
10 years.
Mando.
That
10 years
that'll
back,
probably be
right?
10 years. Yeah. So a lot can happen. I think they're gonna. That's probably what the Ahsoka's theories is gonna series is gonna be about. Like kind of searching for Ezra, or yeah, it could be like a take place right after them trying to search for Ezra, and they find Thrawn and Ezra, and that's what kind of sets up the events for this going forward.
What was the name of the that weird alien dude who was in their crew too? The the like fake Chewbacca kind of thing.
Oh, fuck,
What happened to that dude? Do you remember?
he just went off. He was like went off to his planet, right? Then he was like welcome back to his planet, like has
I
a
don't
like
remember.
or
I
some
gotta
shit.
watch that last episode again.
Yeah, I think
Basically,
yeah,
I haven't
that's
watched it in a
probably a good
minute
idea. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna like just watch all the last episodes of all the shows. Yeah, I definitely have to watch that again. I haven't seen it in a while, so
because I'm thinking, are we gonna get him? I doubt it. Like you said, he's off on his own thing.
yeah, I think he went back to his
More
old
likely
world.
just Sabine and Ezra.
Yeah, Sabine, Ezra, and then other dudes that
Or like you
we
said,
also have,
that could be saved from for Ahsoka. I don't know, man.
I could see the kid, Kanan's kid showing up too, being trained by Jedi and shit.
Oh,
And we
that's
forgot
right. I
about that
forgot
kid.
about that dude. Yeah,
Yeah, the little kid, and he was born right at the he was a kid. He was like a kid, like a boy, like at the end of Rebels. So
I
like
forgot
when they
about that
flash
dude.
forward a
That's a
little
good
bit too.
point.
So that's a he could be out there too somewhere training or about to be trained. So he's going to be involved in some point.
That's
He's
a
got
good point.
so yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, they can do anything right now. This is a world of possibilities right now. Also, another rumor I heard that Jar Jar might show up in the
I
next
hope
couple of
not.
episodes.
Fuck. Little Annie, baby Grogu,
They have
I
a
love you.
they have a way of redeeming some of these characters, man. I don't know. I wouldn't, it'd be kind of a weird little Easter egg. Like they had in one of the books, they had like a story about Jar Jar. Like he's like this like minstrel, like street clown. He's just like begging for change, and I'm not sure if it was Naboo or something, but he's basically like all washed out and like fucking. Like people blame him for all the shit that went down, which pretty much was his fault. He voted
Yeah,
the Galactic Senate in, so he's been kind of like ostracized by the people and like fucking kind of like just down on his luck. So it was like a sad scene where he's just like a street clown, just dancing for like tips and little kids and shit, just like dancing around and shit. So it's like a tragic fucking little thing.
now that I'm
So
thinking about other characters, I wonder if Lando will make an appearance next season. He seems like a good fit for the show, right? What's
yeah,
he
but
doing at this point? He's
dude,
after return. He
after
probably ain't got
return,
shit
yeah,
to do. He's got a clear slate. He's
unless
got
he's
nothing
like
on the
with
schedule.
the Galactic Imp, he's like a New Republic. He's probably part of the New Republic as one of the generals. He was a general towards the end at
I would kind of bet on an appearance or at least a mention of Lando at some point.
Yeah, well, you can't have him as an actor. He's like even with the de aging, like fucking Billy D is pretty up there.
Oh, that's
Unless
true.
you like,
That's
unless
true.
you try to recast him, even with the de aging, like Billy D was just yeah. Unless
They'll probably just give him a mention or something like, "Oh,
yeah,
General
I could
Lando."
definitely
Some
see a
shit.
mention. Uh, you think we'll see Luke at all? I think we talked about this
I
a
don't
couple.
think so.
Yeah,
I don't think that. I mean, it wouldn't shock me the way they just come out of their cuts with crazy shit on the show, and they don't give
yeah,
a fuck about offending fans on this and that.
yeah.
So because there'd be a lot of people bitching, oh, it shouldn't be everybody knowing each other in this big ass galaxy, but I'm not opposed to it. I
I,
definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't mind seeing Luke. I like I said, I definitely don't want to see Windu. I don't think that should be good. I
yeah, I
don't think
think
that'll be good.
that's a kind of a stretch. I think
But
on
if
one
you
per-
ask me, I'll say we don't see Luke. Maybe we just hear hints of him and talk about him,
one
his
person
presence.
Yeah, one person talked about saying maybe we'll see Luke like a cloaked figure with a green lightsaber, like take out some stormtroopers, like looking for Grogu or some shit. Like, and you just see the
I
back
could
of him.
see something like that, like not a
Yeah,
direct like where he doesn't get any on screen himself, but you see like
just
a glimpse of him or something like
like
that. That's
where's the
possible.
child? Yeah, like where's the child or some shit. Like just see you can hear Mark Hamill's voice. Um, all right, so we're going into the finale. We got a couple more episodes left. Who's your starting five, man? Going into this final battle, man. Who you taking, man? Who's
Is
your top picks?
Grogu available or is he
No,
optional?
no, that's the mission, man. That's the mission.
Okay, so
Starting five.
well, let's go with the Fennec, of course.
We can go
Boba,
Fennec.
Fennec, Boba, Cara Dune. Who else we got? Grief, of course. Grief is sick.
We go Grief.
Who else is left? That's pretty much all the people you fucked with, isn't it?
I'm going to Soka.
Oh,
Ahsoka's
Ahsoka.
got.
Yeah, okay. She's
Ahsoka's
number
got to be
one.
top pick. She's got to be
Yeah,
top pick, right?
she's number one.
I go Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan's she's
Bo-Katan's
got to be
pretty
up there.
sick.
Migs, I'm going Migs. They're picking them up. We need a good sharpshooter.
Team Migs. Team Migs.
Cara Dune and Boba Fett, man. That's my starting five right there.
That's a good lineup. Can't
Yeah,
argue that.
that's gonna win some championships right there.
Warriors.
So yeah, overall, so what do you give the episode overall?
Damn, this one's gonna be a 10 for me. I thought I like the action. I like the pacing of it. You get a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff thrown at us, and in a small amount of time, and it lived up to everything. It had the action. It had the story move forward. You had some suspense with what's gonna happen with Baby Yoda. Um, like I said, my only complaint was that minor one that I just didn't like the look and you know, you didn't get to see the dark troopers fight or anything. They just flew down and like flew up like kind of like some
Yeah,
weird shit.
yeah,
But that was very minor. But other than that, like I love the scenes. They were shot well. Like I said, the lasers going up and down the hill was dope.
yeah.
Seeing
Very cool.
seeing Fennec snipe and actually seeing variants in the laser weaponry was dope because you don't really get to see that. You just see like blaster against blaster, but this is a sniper blaster, so she has the distance. She's taking fools out left and right with it. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was
I
very
just
cool.
it's hard to rank them right now. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch them all before I re-rank these damn episodes because the last 3 or 4 have just been on
They're just
point.
amazing. They're just great. Like this is coming up. I think we had a quick discussion about that. Like this is coming up like some of the best Star Wars, man. Like it's is up there like with Empire and Return for me, man. Like the Empire and Return and Revenge of the Sith, my top three favorite Star Wars
Revenge
movies.
of the Sith gets hated on so much. I don't
It
understand
gets
why.
lumped in with
That
the
movie was
prequels.
sick.
It gets lumped in, but like people mention the prequels and they lump that in with the prequels. Like, oh, I haven't seen the third one. I stopped watching after the second one. I was like, dude, you missed the best one. Like that was like
Yeah.
the one you wanted to see. I like Revenge of the Sith. I think it's a great all around movie. But I think it kind of redeems a lot of what the prequels were. But yeah, this is coming up on some of my favorite Star Wars, man. This is just amazing.
Grievous was the issue with that movie to me.
Yeah, they kind of like they made this
He was
badass
so
looking
sick
character.
in the Clone Wars. He was raw, and then you just get like it was just anticlimactic the way he died.
Yeah,
And
very
he was acting like
anticlimactic.
hella weak, running away and shit, like
Whoa.
cockroach mode.
Yeah, that battle was kind of whack with Obi-Wan. Yeah, Obi-Wan took him out pretty easily. Like you don't have your vulnerable thing easily opened and like shot up. Like, come on, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was a cool looking character. But yeah, he was kind of
But the
pointless.
Obi-Wan and Anakin fight scene makes up for it
Oh, that
by far.
and the
That's
Palpatine Yoda too. That
that
scene
was
was
sick
great.
too.
Yeah, like the back and forth, those two scenes going on at the same time. But the Anakin and Obi-Wan, that was great, man. You are my brother. You were supposed
I
to
loved
bring
you.
balance to the Force, not destroy it. I just
I
that's
have the
it. The
high
music,
ground.
yeah, the music, the fight, the fucking them just going. Oh, it was great. It's what I wanted. So, yeah, I think that movie gets pigeonholed to being a pre. Oh, it's a prequel, so it's horrible. Like, no, it's a
Nah,
good
that
movie,
movie.
man.
I
You guys,
think that's probably my third as well. I
yeah,
go
yeah.
opposite of you though with
You go
Return
Return
and
number one.
I go
Yeah,
Return,
yeah,
Empire,
Return.
and
Yeah,
then
can't,
I would go Sith, Revenge of the Sith,
yeah. That's my top
and then
three
at
for sure.
four would probably be
I like Force
Force
Awakens, man.
Awakens. Yeah,
I
Force
think so
Awakens
too,
go number
man.
four.
Yeah, that gets that's getting kind of the same Revenge of the Sith thing where it's got lumped in with the new sequels, or which people
Well,
pretty much.
everybody bitched about it being like a copy, direct copy of. It wasn't a copy. It was like it was molded after that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was kind of like a tribute, and it was designed perfectly to move the story along perfectly, and
yeah.
we've talked
I
about
like
this
it. I
every
like.
episode. This fucking
Yeah,
guy came in and fucked it all up.
I like Force Awakens a lot too, man. Yeah, maybe we'll do a list of all our Star Wars movies ranked. But you know
That'd be
what's
dope.
last. You know what's last. Uh, has it in its name.
It's
So yeah,
bad that episode one is shitting on that movie, in my opinion.
episode I can I'll rewatch episode one. Even Attack of the Clones I can rewatch. There's some cool shit and there's some cool fights and some cool visuals. There's some super corny dialogue in that shit and the casting is horrible. But I can still watch it and feel like a Star Wars movie. I watched Last Jedi. It doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me. It feels like
It feels like some
some other
asshole
idea of Star Wars out there.
fan made
Yeah,
piece of
fucking
work.
thumb wars. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's not go Last Jedi talk. It just upsets me. But hey, man, we're getting we're getting these see, and that's what the problem with those the Last Jedi and they just didn't have any constant like um storytellers in. They didn't talk to the story group. They didn't like if they would have like had Filoni and Favreau direct those movies,
Yeah,
like I think they would have been like it would have been like this. It would have been
would
like,
have
oh
been
my god,
sick.
this is
This dude just ignored the source material, like
yeah,
ignored what the setup. It's just ridiculous, man.
yeah. Goddamn ridiculous. All right. Well, this another fun episode. I would probably get another 10 out of 10 for me, man. Just like well shot. Robert Rodriguez directing. I like the fact he's doing big budget shit now. He was doing his like low budget shit for like a long time now. He did Lead a Battle Angel last year, which I thought was actually pretty
I
decent
didn't get to
flick.
check that one out yet. I gotta.
Yeah, it was a pretty good action. Like it was him with actual budget, like actual couple $100 million budget. It was produced by James Cameron, so it's not gonna.
I
They're
heard
not
it was
gonna
good on
be.
the big screen. I didn't get to see it on big screen. I'll have to
Yeah,
watch it on the small screen and see what.
yeah, no, check it out. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a fun movie. It's a good action. Like it's a pretty kind of underrated flick. Yeah, a decent flick for sure. But yeah, another 10 out of 10 for me again. This season's insane, man. Yeah, and then we come
Ranking
back
them's gonna be
for
hard. Ranking them's gonna be hard. We're
ranking
gonna
gonna
have
be
to do
hard.
episodes, just come back and rank them, but that's gonna be it's
Yeah,
gonna be hard.
it's hard. It's hard to rank them. So yeah, all right, folks. Well, come back every Friday for usually around noontime. We're gonna do these. I think we're gonna try to do them live. I think it keeps it simple for us, and I don't have to do a whole bunch of extra shit. So I think we'll try to do these live, and then I think the finale we're gonna try to do like right after the episode. So
Yeah, I
try
think
to,
we were talking about going live right after. I think that's a good
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, and just get a bunch of because some of our friends and stuff kind of going on and like kind of a nice full spoiler discussion and kind of talk about at the end for
Bring in
the
a couple
big
more
finale in a couple
voices.
weeks. Yeah, so great episode, like I said. Check out our other Mando reviews every week. And Niv, where can people find you and talk about your podcast?
We got this thing called Gold Dirty Bastards. A couple of guys talking shit about sports, movies. Well, not movies. We haven't done movies yet. We're gonna get to movies. We did some hip hop. We did some hip hop last week. That was
Yeah,
a
good
first for
discussion on
us.
hip hop, man. It was a fun discussion.
So that was cool. Fucking around on that. It's just a good show. Check it out. Our Instagram page is Gold Dirty Bastards with a Z, and also you can find us on YouTube, Gold Dirty Bastards with a Z. That's our channel. And then we also have an Anchor. Do the same thing. Just search Gold Dirty Bastards, and on Anchor that'll link you to all the good stuff. Spotify, Apple, all that shit. All the audio versions. But I prefer the video myself. So
Yeah,
check us out on
video-
YouTube. Give us
yeah.
a like and subscribe.
Right on. All right. Yeah. Like I said, if like and subscribe to our channel too, SF Comic Book Company. We have a weekly show, the SF Company Hour, every Tuesdays, live at 8. And check the replay out if you want. We do unboxings. I just did an unboxing for the classic Toy Biz Hawkeye figure. Go check that out. Some more unboxings coming soon. We do movie reviews, all kinds of stuff, and definitely have some more content coming out because we had nothing else to do. So yeah, like and subscribe to the channel, please. Like is more important because it helps with the analytics for sure. And yeah, check out for more content from us. And yeah, everybody stay safe.
Yep. Peace out, y'all.
Peace
See
out.
y'all next weekend.
This
Next
is the way.
Friday. Next Friday. No Chris Tucker. Peace out.